my main feedback is this wouldn't be something I'm running in a new party because people think I'm playing a throwback.
You're completely not giving 100%. Yeah, I just don't think you got what it takes, bro.
See, making music ain't for everybody.
Stop trying to do everything, because then you're gonna get stuff that ends up sounding like this.
This is what it means to live in purpose. Yeah, if you ain't know, and all it ever took me was some focus. Yeah, if you ain't know, he told me spit the word without a pulpit. Yeah, if you ain't know, so I ain't letting go of my anointment. Yeah, if you ain't know, you already know what time it never is. Let go. I'm serving scriptures to the bodies that be lost in the street. Man, I ain't letting go of nothing, this the gospel to me. I'm never quitting, man, I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I'm focused on my mission like I'm Moses walking straight through the sea. I got a pocket full of pennies cause my soul changed. Even that my Lord's never joined the dope, yeah. Now I'm getting real comfy, let the coat hang. You know I'm in the building, man, I'm about to blow like propane. If all this rap is an issue, then you could grab a tissue. I'm saving lives with these verses, man, I won't even diss you. You got some hate on your spirit, man, it don't even fit you. You better step out my presence or else my God will fix you. Just know I'm living in purpose to every single daughter. I ain't gonna wait till you give it, man, I'ma take my flowers. Don't need no trophies or glory because he gave me power. I'll just keep repping the kingdom until the final hour. Purpose. Yeah, if you ain't know, and all it ever took me was some focus. Yeah, if you ain't know, he told me spit the word without a pulpit. Yeah, if you ain't know, so I ain't letting go of my anointment. Yeah, if you ain't know, never let go.
My purpose, man, it's locked down. Can't take it from me, no, not now. Ain't no way I'ma walk out. I'm fighting on for my God's crown. Got a problem with it, that's on you. Get behind me, Satan, watch God do everything that he said he would, and that's all faith. Yeah, understood.
Oh.
Yeah, got a collar, we're showing up. Evil spirit need to step down, otherwise I'll be pulling up. Aftermath, y'all see the blood dripping down, got no love for the enemy. Holy, you better be telling my old self that he's dead to me. See these orders coming in, telling me to go spread the message. You can't tie me down, check it, we moving to the objective. With anointed sound, getting prophetic, y'all can't reject it. But with God, we make a move strictly because he said it. Woo. Ignore all the people that don't want to see you do it for the kingdom. Glory be given to God, we don't deserve it. When the yang comes, he's putting his heel right on the back of the neck, killing the serpent. The battle is already won, so
this is what it means to live in purpose. Yeah, if you ain't know, and all it ever took me was some focus. Yeah, if you ain't know, he told me spit the word without a pulpit. Yeah, if you ain't know, so I ain't letting go of my anointment. Yeah, if you ain't know, never let go. See, we only living in the purpose that God put us in, you feel me? Never let go. So never mind who you thought we were. Never let go. I know you feel like you the gatekeeper and everything. Never let go. But it ain't up to you. Yeah. You already know what time it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm feeling like David. Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? I'm feeling like Moses. This song still gets me. I should wake up to this every morning. I ain't gonna lie to you. Let me turn it down. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy WesTheTech. You already know I'm in the building, feeling like David. It's ironic. Well, let me not say ironic. It's confirmation, because look what hat I'm wearing. My Feeling Like David hat. If you want to check out that hat, you can check it out on my website. I usually make a hat for every single one of my singles. But yeah, it's definitely a Feeling Like David type of day for sure, for sure. I'm excited to see you guys. I'm excited to do this live. There's a lot of great news that I got to share with you guys. And of course, I'm here to answer all your music industry tips as well. All right. So before we get started, I'm definitely going to go over all the particulars as people are loading up, as people are coming in here. All right. For those of you who are new to the channel, my name is WesTheTech. I'm a music business coach, and I'm here to help you guys understand the music industry better, help you guys grow as an independent artist, and help you figure out just all the different things that's hidden from independent artists when it comes to the music game. All right. Now, I am a music recording artist myself. I've actually been doing music full time now for we're about to reach a decade. That's crazy. But I've been doing music full time for a while now, and I'm just here to help you do the same thing. Love making music, but I love helping people make music and live off of their music just as much. So that's what I'm here to do. Big shout out to people who are joining in right now. Pretty Girl Progressions A first. I see you jumping in for sure. B for Sheezy, what's going on? What's going on? I see you in the building as well. All right. Dejana, I see you on IG here. I don't know if I'm saying your name right, but I believe I'm seeing you for the first time. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And yeah, you guys know what we do here. Now, of course, I got to let you guys know about my membership club. All right, my membership club is for anyone of you guys who need any additional support when it comes to music industry tips. You get priority replies to comments, walkthrough videos, and free month-to-month music business coaching sessions. You could check out all the different plans right here by just hitting the join button. All right, but I'm so happy to see everybody. I'm so happy you guys are joining in. Of course, we're going to get right to the questions. Yeah, so there's been a lot that's been going on. All right, you guys know that I just recently dropped my new ebook, the Royalty Handbook. All right, the Music Royalty Handbook to be specific. All right, and the people who have picked it up so far are absolutely enjoying it. All right, it really fine tunes and really puts into perspective all the different royalties that you are due as an independent artist. All right, it shows you every place that you have to sign up for to make sure you get all your royalties and everything like that. So if you're still struggling to figure out royalties, I definitely would advise you to grab that ebook as soon as you can. It's a great ebook to have, and it's one of those things that you absolutely need, right? Because you need to know about your royalties. You need to know where you get paid from, because guess what? Your music royalties is going to be a big part of maintaining your music business. All right. I wouldn't have been able to maintain my music business that I'm in right now for the almost a decade now. I wouldn't have been able to do that if it wasn't for the royalties that I was collecting on my music regularly. All right. I get royalties from 6 different places. All right. And I want the same thing for you guys. I want you guys to be able to do that as well. So if you haven't been receiving royalties yet, or if you feel like you're not getting enough royalties for the music you're putting out, or whatever the case may be, definitely make sure you grab this ebook today, the Royalty Handbook. All right, like I said, it'll give you all the tools that you need in regards to that. Now, let me make sure before I move on here that I leave the link in the chat room here for obviously those of you who are watching and those of you who may be watching the replay, because I get a lot of people who watch the replay, so I want to make sure that I have these links available for them too. But yeah, you guys could check out that Royalty Handbook as soon as you get a chance. All right, now we're going to jump right into it here. I got a lot of music industry tip questions that I've been collecting. All right, as you guys know, I'm always collecting them as I'm getting comments and videos and things like that. So I got a lot of them here. All right, so we're just going to go through them. And of course, if anybody has any questions, if there's anything that you want me to answer when it comes to music industry wise, feel free to just drop the question on the chat. You guys know that whoever answers the best or asks the best question today will actually get a free gift on me. You know, this whole broadcast is literally to answer your questions. It's a Q&A format, so you guys should be asking questions anyway, but the best question that's asked today will get a free gift on me. So ask away, all right? But let me go ahead and pull up the questions here, all right? And we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, so like I said, I collect just tons of just comments and questions that I get in the comment section on my videos, because I get so many of them. It's one of the reasons why I decided to start doing this live, honestly, because I would get such a abundance of questions asked every day I'm waking up and I'm seeing a bunch of questions that's asked on my videos. And it takes me so long to go through each one, type it, put the link and everything like that. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just do a live. That way people could literally ask me the question right then and there. I could give them the answer right then and there. And the video stays. So anybody else who may have that question, if they're watching, rewatching, they'll get their questions answered as well. So that's why I started doing this. All right. But yeah, let's take a look at some of these questions here. All right. So the first question that I have here, it looks like is from Psycho Bay. All right. And the question is, let me see here, is it doesn't make sense when you say you should use both options, because if you use content ID, it will start. I think I did this one last week, but just to be sure, I'm just gonna go over it again just to make sure. All right. So but it definitely does look familiar. I think this was the last one I did last week, but I'll do it one more time just in case. All right. I didn't get to it. I usually leave a mark here to make sure that I did it, but I believe I did this one last week. I'll do it anyway. So it was a question that he was asking based off of YouTube content ID and YouTube monetization. He says it doesn't make sense when you say you should use both options, because if you use content ID, it will stop you from being able to monetize the video and get paid through AdSense. So you can use only one option, and it's not possible to use both on your same videos unless I'm missing something. All right, so I'm gonna mark this as done just so I don't forget this time. But I understand exactly what he's saying. And for those of you who may be lost in what he's saying, YouTube content ID is the protection that your music distribution company gives you anytime you release your music and that music is on YouTube, right? So if somebody decides to try to use your music and your music is on YouTube, they're going to get flagged with a copyright they're going to get flagged with a copyright disclaimer, right? That's your YouTube content ID that's protecting your music on YouTube. That's why it's called YouTube content ID, right? Now, what he's saying is that if you have YouTube content ID and your YouTube channel is monetized, like you've already meet the requirements for monetization and you're getting paid for YouTube ads, they will cancel each other out. You cannot have both. Well, I'm here to tell you that this is absolutely not true. It's not true whatsoever. And how I know this is because I'm a living testimony of that. I actually get paid through YouTube monetization and through YouTube content ID separately. One does not affect the other. They're actually completely separate from each other. YouTube content ID protects your music on YouTube. YouTube monetization is when YouTube pays you a percentage of the ad revenue that they get with the ads that show up on your actual videos. That's the difference. There is no they don't, like I said, they don't cancel each other out or anything like that. You can have YouTube content ID and get paid for that and get paid for YouTube monetization as well. I'm not sure where he might have got that information from or why he thinks that they cancel out each other, but they do not. They're perfectly fine. You can have both. You can get paid for them, and there's actually you actually get paid through royalties through YouTube as well. So YouTube pays out in a few different ways when it comes to having your music on YouTube, which is why I always strongly recommend that artists to get involved with YouTube no matter what. Spotify is cool. Instagram's great. TikTok is amazing. But YouTube is honestly the lifeblood, because with YouTube, every time somebody listens to your music, whether it's your music video on YouTube or if it's just the song itself, you're getting paid multiple different times for the same watch, the same experience. That's why I always recommend YouTube. That's why I even started my YouTube channel and I started putting music on my channel and everything like that. YouTube is a great source of income when you're trying to build your own music business as an independent artist. All right. But that was a great question by Psycho Bade here, but I hope that gave him the clarification that he needed. Miss Juicy G, thank you for joining in. I'm just here to try and win a third ebook. I love it for sure. Pretty Girl Progression says, yo, I appreciate you all for being a part of the live for sure. All right, so let's get to the next question here. And again, guys, feel free to ask any questions that you may have. All right, you guys got me for an hour, so don't be shy about it. Like I said, best question asked today will get a free gift on me. All right, so Next question was on the video, how to release a collaboration song with DistroKid. All right. So this question was asked by Mark JX2PB. All right. But what he says here, but guys, how do you know DistroKid is uploading to the right account when collaborating? Because much more artists are using the same artist names like me. This is actually a great question. So essentially what he's saying is that when you do a collaboration song, and let's say you do it with an artist who has a name that a lot of other artists have, which you should avoid at all costs anyway. You want to be unique. You don't want to share your artist name with a bunch of other people. But he's asking me, how do you make sure that DistroKid will actually link the right account, the right Spotify accounts and all of that when you do the collaboration track? Very, very, very easy. All right. And I'm actually going to show you guys how easy it is when it comes to DistroKid. All right. So let's see here. Let me pull up this here. All right. And we're going to pull up my DistroKid just so I can walk you guys through this. And of course, I will be sharing this video with him so he can see how the process looks like when you're actually doing this. All right. So this is my DistroKid here. All right. If I were to upload a song, obviously the first thing I go to is upload, right? I go to upload and then I scroll down, right? So here's where you put, oh, my fault. You guys don't see this yet, but you guys are going to see it now. All right. So here we go here. LD40, welcome. Thanks for jumping in, brother. Good seeing you. Just tuning in. What's good, y'all? Appreciate it. So we're going over collaboration tracks because, Mark doesn't understand how the collaboration is going to connect to the right Spotify accounts and all of those things, right? He's trying to figure out because, like he said, he has an artist name that he shares with a lot of other artists. Again, you guys should be avoiding this regardless. But if you do have an artist name that it connects with a lot of other artists that has the same exact name, this is something that is obviously would be a concern. So doing a collaboration track, how do you know it's going to show up on the right page? Well, DistroKid makes it very, very easy. You know, the other distribution platforms has something like this as well. But this is how you basically do it, right? So as an artist, my name is Connect, and let's say I wanted to collaborate with a good friend of mine's, Nico Merck, right? So what it's going to do is, right, so they're asking you, is it a collaboration? The moment you put "and," that's the secret, by the way. If you guys don't know how to do a collaboration song on DistroKid, that's all you got to do. I'm gonna start over to show you guys. All you got to do is your artist name, you hit space, and you start typing in "and." Once you type in "and," I think if you put comma as well. Someone told me you could put a comma. Yeah, see, you could put a comma as well. That's if you have multiple people. But yeah, if you put "and," they're going to ask you, is that a band name or is it a collaboration song, right? A band name is obviously like Hootie and the Blowfish. That "and" is part of the title of the group name, right? As you can see, Huey Lewis and the News, or Gladys Knight and the Pips, right? Or those are the actual band names. So it just wanted to clarify if it's a band name that just has the word "and" in it or it's a collaboration. So when you pick collaboration and you pick the other artist that you're going to be collaborating with, right? So in this case, it's Nico Merck, right? When you go through this whole process, there's going to be a part of this where they're going to actually ask for Nico's information in regards to his Spotify account and all of those different things. So to answer the question, going back to, and I'll show you guys that's down here somewhere. I'm going to skip all of this because I don't have to have it. So here it goes right here, right? Yes, Nico Merck already has an artist profile or streaming service that I like to specify, right? And you would just put in the Spotify link. You would just put in the Apple Music or the Apple artist URL yourself. You also put in the YouTube link yourself. So you don't actually have to let DistroKid guess it. You could literally put in the correct link so it doesn't link it to the wrong profile, especially if, like you said, there's multiple artists that has that same name. You could be specific and actually enter that information in. This is why I like distribution companies like DistroKid or Symphonic, because they have stuff like this to make sure that mistakes don't happen, right? A lot of the other distribution companies, they don't get into the fine details of stuff like this. They kind of just like, okay, a great example, TuneCore. TuneCore is one of the distribution companies that it's like they don't give you any access to anything besides that. So TuneCore, if you were to try to do a collaboration track, they're just going to throw it on one of the pages. They're just going to submit it wherever it goes is where it goes, right? If it's incorrect, you actually would have to contact them, right? And then you would have to explain the issue to them. They would have to review it, and then they would have to correct the issue. So it's a whole long, drawn out process. While DistroKid and Symphonic, you can literally just make sure the mistake doesn't happen from the upload process. This is why I always recommend certain distribution companies over others, because of ease of use, because of the tools that they offer, because of the ways that you can actually manage each and every single one of your releases, right? This is one of the primary reasons. But as you can see, DistroKid makes it very, very simple, right? You don't even have to let DistroKid guess it. You can put the actual Spotify accounts and stuff like that. Now, if you guys don't know what a collaboration track is, a collaboration track is very, very different from a feature, all right? A feature is when someone is featured on your song. A collaboration track is when you both have equal rights to that song, when it's both of you guys' song, which means that that song will show up on your page as a release, and it will show up on their page as a release at the same time, right? Let me see if I can find a collaboration track. I know, you know what? I don't know if it still is, but I remember there was this Beyonce and Kendrick Lamar song that was a collaboration track, right? And it showed up on both of their pages. I doubt it still is, but let me just see. Was it Freedom? I think it was Freedom. No, that was featuring. There was one, it was Beyonce and Kendrick Lamar. It's none of these though, but maybe they took it out, who knows. But anytime you see a song that's this person and this person, that's a collaboration track. And literally when you go to their profile, it'll show up as a literal release for both people. It'll show up on one page and it'll show up on the other artist's page. And collaborations are great because they literally help promote both artists, right? Because it's going to show up on both of the streams are going to count for them individually. So if that song has 1 million streams, guess what? Both artists just got 1 million streams on a song. You get what I'm saying? So collaboration tracks are dope. You know, like I said, it's not a feature. Feature is a guest appearance. You know what I'm saying? It's somebody that's on your track as a guest. A collaboration, this is our track. This is me and yours. I have 50%, you got 50%. That's the difference. But yeah, that's what collaborations are, and that's how you would go about doing a collaboration track. Actually, this is one right here, Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder. That was a collaboration song. That definitely was. So was Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson. The Girl Is Mine. That was a collaboration track as well. But yeah, you'll see that song on both people's pages, But yeah, that's dope. Now I got some questions coming in here, but I do see a question on IG here, so let me answer that one first. All right. And then I'll get to the ones that's on YouTube here. Now, for a better experience, I see I'm gonna try. Forgive me if I say it wrong. That's the Nomad. All right, That's the Nomad has joined on IG, and he has 2 questions here. I would advise you, I will answer your questions here, right? But if you can, I would prefer you to join in on YouTube, because I see that you got some questions about DistroKid and stuff like that. Hop onto the YouTubes. That way, if I need to show you something, I could show you it right on the screen here, because those who are watching on YouTube can literally see my screen right now as I show them the collaboration stuff. All right. So I'll give you about 2 minutes to head over to my YouTube. If you go to my story, you should see a link that'll take you right over to the video. All right. But if you want to stay on IG, that's cool. I'll give you 2 minutes to make a decision. And if you come on YouTube, just ask the question on the YouTube chat and I'll answer it. In the meantime, Das, I'm going to get to Miss Juicy G's question. I'll give you about 2 minutes and then we'll go from there. All right. And it looks like he left the live on IG, so he's probably heading over. All right. So Miss Juicy G's question is, What might cause a distribution company to withhold an artist's money? Ooh, this is a great question. This is a great question. Withholding artist's money. I know of someone who's unable to withdraw money from DistroKid, and they're very slow to respond to emails, so he doesn't know why. All right. So, this is a great question. This is a great question. And Daz the Nomad. All right. See, it's easier to say here because you got the spaces on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But I think I figured it out over here. But okay, great question, Miss Juicy G. All right. Again, the question is, what might cause a distribution company to withhold an artist's money? I know of someone who's unable to withdraw money from DistroKid, and they're very slow to respond to emails, so he doesn't know why. All right. So there are two different issues that's associated with this. All right. And the first one is kind of just how it is. And the second one is based off of the distribution company. All right. The first time that you may run into delays when it comes to your royalty payments is because royalty payments are delayed in general. All right. Typically, you know, DistroKid, Symphonic, and all of these music distribution companies, right? There's usually a 3-month delay before you actually start receiving royalties for a song, right? So if you release a song this month, you're not getting it until 3 months from now. You won't see the revenue from 3 months from now because Spotify has to collect the streams have to happen. Then Spotify has to actually verify the streams, right? Then it has to pay DistroKid, take their portion out, pay DistroKid, and then DistroKid will then give you access to the funds. So there is a process that's associated with it. I do know that DistroKid sometimes have longer delays, right? But typically when they do have delays, they let you know as soon as you log in, like, hey, for the last couple of months we're in delay, so you may see it may take a little bit longer. So that's something that happens, right? That's something that naturally happens. Now, TuneCore, for example, right? TuneCore, just them in general, they don't pay out their first royalty payment until a year after you sign up with them, right? So you have to be with them for a year before you see a penny, right? I don't know why they do that. I don't know. Maybe it's because they're like, oh, well, if you leave in a couple of months, we're just not going to pay you, even though it's your money anyway. I don't get it. But this is one of the many reasons why I never recommend TuneCore. They just have a bunch of weird stuff, right? But yeah, you have to wait a year for that. So every distribution company is different when it comes to how soon that they pay out and how long it takes to pay out and things like that. So that's the first thing. And that one, like I said, that's kind of unavoidable. Now, the second thing is where it gets, a whole year. I see Miss Juicy say a year. Yes, a whole year. It's crazy. All right. And I see your question, Daz. We're definitely going to get to it. So that's one of the things that you have to consider. Now, the second thing is more of a mystery, right? Because there are certain distribution companies like Ditto, for example, right? I did a video not too long ago that, let me see if I can find a title here, right? But Ditto is one of the distribution companies that I have noticed that has had issues, right? I think, watch this before signing up with Ditto Music. I think in this video, I actually address the issue, and the issue is the payout issue. For some reason, a lot of artists who have signed up with Ditto are still waiting on their revenue, are still waiting for it, right? Now, if you haven't watched this video yet in regards to Ditto, I just shared the link. That's the link to it right there. Yeah, I want to make sure you guys go check that out, right? But with Ditto, they literally have some weirdness going on. Now, I think it has something to do with, the fact that they're in the UK, right? Because I've noticed that a lot of people who have issues with Ditto are people in the US. It's like, oh, I'm not getting paid from Ditto. Where are you? Oh, you're in Arkansas. Ditto is in the UK. I've noticed a lot of, not all of them, there's a lot of USA artists that get paid normally, but there's some of them that they're not getting paid. And I don't know if it's, a currency thing or if Ditto just takes longer to get it to them. But I know some people that's still waiting on it that ended up leaving Ditto because of this issue. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know what the cause of it is, but I'm praying for those people that they do actually get their royalties. But this is something that happens with like literally random distribution companies out there, right? So this is why it's very, very important to understand your distribution company before signing up with them, because there are these hidden issues that are there, and sometimes they're in the terms and conditions, right? Now, we often just hit agree, or I agree, because we just want to finish the process and be done with it, right? But sometimes that can be to our detriment, because there's information in there that would dissuade you from even signing up with the company, right? Every company has terms and conditions. Like if we go to Ditto Music, right? I could literally hit Ditto Music, either terms of service or terms and conditions, right? They have to have a page for it, right? Terms and conditions, it's right here. And you know what? There may be something literally in here that explains why they have issues with paying the US. Who knows? But it might be in here, right? Sometimes we got to read this stuff, guys. Like, I'll be honest with you. I've read DistroKids. I've read Symphonics. I've read a few different ones. I've read TikTok, right? If you were to look up TikTok right now and you were to go into the terms and conditions of TikTok right now, and you would realize that in the US, you're actually not going to get paid any royalties off of your music in TikTok. That is a reality right now. And it's been like that for actually a couple of years, right? Ever since TikTok in the US has had issues, I know there's been court hearings and things like that. TikTok has put a whole stop into actually paying royalties to artists on TikTok. This is a real thing that's going on. I'm not saying that you won't get paid for TikTok for the ads and the views and stuff like that. You'll still get paid for that. But the actual royalties, you will not get paid that on TikTok in the US because of the issue that they're having. If you're in any other country, you will. Most independent artists in the US don't even know that. Why? Because they don't look into the terms and conditions. But it is a real thing. I did do a video on that as well. I know it's a little off topic, but I'll share that video with you guys as well. TikTok doesn't pay out royalties to you if you are in the US. I remember I did, here we go right here, the death of TikTok and musicians in the US. In this video, I explained the whole thing. So if you don't want to take my word for it, you could check that out there. I actually have the link and highlighted it all, everything. But you guys could definitely check that out to see that as well. But yeah, it's a real thing. Terms and conditions is a very, very real thing. But yeah, so to answer your question, yeah, there's a lot of different things that could go into that, right? I know certain terms and conditions, Miss Juicy G, they'll let you know that they have a right to hold your royalties if they feel like something is deemed this or deemed that. Sometimes there's some random stuff in the terms and services. So what I would advise, whatever that artist is, all right, just share this video with them. Let them know that to check out the terms and conditions to make sure there isn't anything in there, because I don't know what distribution company they're with, but have them check out the terms and conditions to make sure that there isn't anything that they might be hindering themselves in it. And also let them know, hey, there are certain distribution companies that just take time. It just takes time. It just is what it is. All right. But I hope that answers your questions. And you said that explains another question I had. Oh, praise God. Amen to that. All right. But great question. Great question. Now we're going to go over to Beef with Sheezy's question here. And his question is, so I just released a new song through DistroKid, and I want to register my track to all of my mechanical royalty agencies. Which agency do I register with first? Is there a specific order? All right, this is a great question. All right, and actually, this is a question that is actually easily answered in my music royalty handbook. All right, for those of you who don't have that, make sure y'all go pick that up. All right, I'm gonna answer that question for sure, but it's in this book. Well, in this book, reverse screen. It's in that book. Everything about every royalty is in that book. So if you want to make sure that you're signing up for the right thing for every single royalty possible, definitely grab that. All right. But and I'll leave that up as we go over this right here. So let me do this. And okay, so actually I can't. Okay, that's fine. All right, so we're gonna go back here. I'm gonna show you something. All right. So mechanical royalties, right? Mechanical royalties in the US can actually be picked up by two different organizations, right? The HRA, I want to say. which is no HFA, Harry Fox, right? You guys are like, who is Harry Fox? Harry Fox Agency is one of the older ones, right? Harry Fox Agency. That's one of the ones that you could choose. This is again in the U.S. and in the U.S. specifically for mechanical rights, right? You create an account with Harry Fox Agency, and they can actually collect your mechanical royalties for you. So I'll put that tab there. And the other one is the MLC, right? The Mechanical Licensing Collective. Now, if you're asking me what's the difference between the two, Harry Fox, it is the older one. It's been here for a very long time. Actually, it should tell you it's been here forever. It started with that agency, all right? And now, you know, the MLC has only been here since 2018, 6 years ago. All right, Harry Fox, if I go back, it'll probably tell me 1927. Lord have mercy. All right, it's old. It's old, right? It's Harry. He probably was in a little office himself collecting mechanical royalties by himself, right? I don't know. I see like one of the doors from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs just collecting royalties for people, and his name was Harry Fox. Yes, this was 1927, so it was very, very long time ago, all right? So it started with Harry Fox. The difference between them is Harry Fox is profit. Their profit. You actually have to pay them to sign up. There is an amount to sign up. Let me see what that is. That's $100, non-refundable application, right? And they actually take a percentage out of the mechanical royalties that they collect for you. So again, this is the first one. This is the beginning one. This is the one that a lot of people have just because of its longevity, right? Now, the MLC is newer, more modern, and would be my preference. Why? Because it's a nonprofit organization, and they actually don't charge you anything to sign up with them, and they actually don't charge anything to collect it for you and get you paid on it. So obviously, it sounds way better than the other one. It does. You get what I'm saying? Which is why a lot of people don't even mention the Harry Fox Agency anymore. But since I'm a historian and I know all of this stuff, I figured I might as well just let you know of the two of them. That way, when you do look into MLC, if you ever do see Harry, you'll be like, okay, well, what's that? But these are the two agencies. There are a couple of minor ones. These are the two biggest ones. But the one that you definitely want to go with, be for cheesy, is definitely MLC. You sign up with them, you register with them. You got to register each and every single song with them to make sure that you do collect your mechanical rights, your mechanical royalties for it. But that's it. This is the only one that you have to sign up for in order to collect your mechanical royalties. Now, remember, guys, there's more than one different type of royalty, right? There's 6 different music royalties that you can actually collect and that you are actually entitled to as an independent artist. If you want to make sure that you sign up with every single thing that you need in order to get all 6 royalties, make sure you grab this. Make sure you grab this today. The link is, if you scroll up in the chat, the link is there. Grab this to make sure you sign up with everything that you need. One of the 6 is mechanical, and in the ebook, I let you know, sign up with MLC. It's free, right? I tell you where to sign up. I tell you what you need, and I tell you all about each and every single royalty that exists, all right? But yes, that was a great question. All right, that's the only one that you have to sign up with when it comes to that. And then you had another question: is there a specific order? No, there's no specific order to the different royalties that you sign up for, but there are some of them that you can only sign up with after the song is released. And there's some that you sign up with before the song that you could do it before. The only one that you could do before is the performing rights royalties. So ASCAP and BMI. You could sign up for that before you actually release the song. The other ones, the song has to already be out before you can sign up with those. That's just the way it is. I don't have no explanation to it besides the fact that that's just the way it is. All right. But Definitely great question by B Fushizi there. All right, on your, and now we're gonna go to Daz's question here. Again, Daz, thanks you for joining in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you get notifications and turn on the notifications. So anytime I'm on live and you got questions, you can get them answered. All right. But his first question is there a way to drop a collab and pay everything up front so that my monthly doesn't go up? They make you add an artist to do collab and it ups your payment. When you say they, with which music distribution company are you with? Because some do and some don't, right? To do collaborations. So Daz, I need to know which music distribution company that you're with. I know DistroKid, you don't have to pay extra for collabs, and I know Symphonic, you don't have to pay extra to do a collaboration song. So I'm very curious to know which one you're referring to as far as that goes. I'll be waiting on that answer before I fully answer that question. All right. Then your next question is, can I simply leave a legacy, or can I backdoor it a little and start a new account just for the collab? Leave a legacy and close it. All right. So for those of you who don't know what leave a legacy is, that's for DistroKid, which makes me think that you're referring to DistroKid. All right, so I'm gonna go to DistroKid, and I'm actually just do DistroKid leave a legacy. DistroKid leave a legacy. I know I did a video on this as well, but instead of doing that, you know what? I think if you just Google DistroKid League of, yeah, I'm one of the videos that was here. This is like one of my most viewed videos. It's crazy. But leave a legacy. Okay, so this is DistroKid, and he just confirmed DistroKid. All right, so first and foremost, with DistroKid, no, you don't have to pay extra for collaborations. You do pay extra if you want to have multiple artists on the same account. Now, if that's what you're referring to, then okay. But as far as leave, yes, you can leave. That you're talking about if you're trying to do the ultimate plan where you could do more than one artist, or the Musicians Plus plan. See, the general plan, you only is one artist, you by yourself. I never recommend this plan anyway, because you can't pick your own release dates. So I tell everybody this is the plan that you have to get if you're going with DistroKid. You only want to get this plan oh, you guys can't see this, my bad. All right, so here it goes right here. The Musicians plan, I don't deal with this one. Again, you can't pick your release dates with this. So this plan to me is useless, right? Because you can't promote and get people ready for your release if you don't know when your release is. So this is the only plan that you could actually get. As you can see with this plan, it's 2 artists, right? You could have up to 2 artists on this account. And for the ultimate, that's if you the ultimate is basically for labels. You could have 5 to 100 artists. So if you're referring to this where you have more than one artist on the same account, then yes, you do have to pay extra for it. But if you have an account with DistroKid and you're collaborating with another artist who has their account with DistroKid, there's no extra charge to do that. All you got to do is go through the collaboration process that I showed earlier in this video, where you would just go, and I'm not sure if you were on here when I did it, but all you do is you go to My Music, you go to Upload Music, all right, wherever your name is, right, artist name, you would either hit comma if there's more than one person, if there's 3 people, but if there's just 2 people, you could type in the word and I believe you could use the and symbol as well. No, that doesn't work. Oh no, that doesn't work. Okay, so yeah, you got to type in and then hit collaboration, put the other artist name, and it will be a collaboration release for you both. All right. Now you say DistroKid makes you add an artist to your account to do a collaboration. They shouldn't, because I remember doing a collaboration and I didn't have to do that. Now, if things have changed since then, I don't know when the last time you did it. I'm almost tempted to try to do a release right now just to see if they will do that. You know what? Let's do it, because I could just do it and then delete it. Yeah, I could just do that. All right, so let's do it. Let's try it out right now. Why not? Right? You know, it's unlimited releases anyway. Let me just do. You know what? Let's do this. You know, since we're just doing this anyway. Right, that's the Nomad. We're gonna go through this whole process, right? That's the Nomad. Boom, boom, collaboration. We want the release date to be tomorrow, right? 12 a.m. We're literally gonna do this right now, and we're gonna see, right? Gonna Christian gospel, that's the type of music I made, right? Okay, we need a cover art, all right? Heck, I'm just going to use a picture of me, right? Boom. Can that work? All right, that'll work. All right, here we go. All right, song name, right? Collaboration test, right? Let's see. Collaboration test. Are there any featured artists? No, it's a collaboration. Is ad version, song title, collaboration test to see connect indeed the noise. That's the nomad. That's how it's gonna show up. Now put a song. I just got to put any MP3 file in here. I'll put Never Letting Go. Boom. Okay. I'll just put that in there because I want to see this for myself. All right. I guess I'll just put this. Last name, the tech. Right. Songwriter. Daz. Right. We're going to put the nomad. Right. Boom, boom. Okay. Explicit, no. Radio, no. Boom, boom, boom. Skip all of that. All right. 99 cents. When you guys release it, always put $1.29. Make sure you do that when it comes to the iTunes and prices, because iTunes is going to take 29 cents from it anyway. I don't know if you guys know that, but iTunes is going to take 29 cents from it anyway. So the only way that you could actually get 99 cents per stream is if you do 129. Now, if you do 99, you're only going to get 69. And if you do 69, you're only going to get, what, 30 cents or something like that. So always put 129. That way you could get that full dollar. All right. Now, there's going to say connect like I showed you guys earlier. I would just put literally my profile links and everything like that in there. That's the nomad. I will make sure I put his in there just to make sure they found the right person, right? And then, of course, down here, do you want to pay extra for anything? I'm obviously not going to check any of this stuff because this is just a test. But YouTube content ID, you need that, right? Obviously for TikTok music ID recognition, but for the US it doesn't matter anyway because we're not getting paid. It's messed up, I know, but we can't do nothing about it. YouTube content ID, boom, boom, that's there. And I usually don't check anything else. Leave a legacy. I know you mentioned leave a legacy earlier. This is where if for any reason you can't pay DistroKid anymore, you could actually do this. It's a one-time fee. It's $30 and it'll stay up forever and you'll continue to collect royalties for it. But you could always opt into this later so you don't have to do this when you're initially releasing your track. And everything else, you know, it's pointless. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Everything else is pointless. You don't need any of the extra stuff. But boom, all right? And then check, continue. Let's see. Oh, okay, yeah, it's going to need this stuff. So this stuff right here, this is what it's going to need. So let me just put no and no because I think I could skip that by just putting no. Doesn't have an artist profile yet. It doesn't. Yeah, I could just put no. Boom. Verified. Upload. Boom, boom. Right? Release. It is released. You see? You don't need it. You don't need to have multiple accounts or anything like that. It is released right now. It's going to be out in a couple of days. All right. So, you know, that's just a test to show you. So I'm not sure if there was something in the process, Daz, that you might have did that, you know, put you in a position that you was forced to, you know, like you said, upgrade your account. But no, you don't have to do that at all. Right. This, you could skip this too. This is, they tried to get you to pay extra to enhance your track if it's not mastered. But no, you could just say no, use my originals and continue. And boom, done. That was easy, wasn't it? See? Boom, fully released. It's going to be out. If I go to my songs, it's going to be there. Right? Boom, collaboration test is right there. We literally just released the song live on stream. Right? That's, see, and it's a collaboration. We got a song out right now, fam. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, they shouldn't charge you anything extra for that. And obviously, I could just hit this little button right here, abort single. That's if you change your mind. Obviously, that's what I'm gonna do because this is not a real single. Enter password. Are you freaking serious? I don't know my password right now. Okay, so I'll do that later. But yeah, that's the process, right? So you don't have to pay anything extra for it. You don't have to do any extra things to do that. So it gives you 2 with that account. But when you go over your 2 artists, it asks you to add. I'm trying to collab a lot. I wonder why it did for me. Maybe they don't have distro. Oh, it could be. It could be that they don't have distro. All right. I know I know that one of the questions, if I could go back to this here, can I? Edit splits. No, it would have to be edit release. Hold on. Let me see. I know that sometimes it's all into this framework right here. Collaborations. Well, here's the thing, because I just thought about it with what you just said. You said maybe they don't have distro. If they don't have DistroKid and they have another streaming service, you should be able to do the collaboration without having to add them, right? But you have to put in the information. So, okay, I can't abort this, so let's just upload. I just don't want to waste time looking for the password for now, right? But yeah, for sure, I'm about to tell everyone to stream. Yeah, go ahead, promote for sure. Put the link on here. We'll support for sure. Share your information. But let me show you guys here. So I'm gonna go back to music, right? Upload music. I want you guys to check this out, right? So right here, where the place that I had to put in the information, right here. This is important. The place that I put, see, Daz the Nomad doesn't yet have an artist profile on streaming. If they already have a profile, you're going to put yes, they already have a profile, and then you got to make sure you put this in. Once you put this information in, they're going to link it to that artist, right? Your information is going to already be in there because DistroKid has already released something with you before. But when it comes to them, they should already have now, if they don't have an artist profile yet, you will put no, that they don't have it, right? And DistroKid is probably going to create some type of gimmicky profile for them. But either way, they shouldn't charge you anything else to be able to do this. So again, I don't know why they did that. You know, I don't know if there was something that you might have did incorrectly, but double check it again. If for any reason you do get an error message again or whatever it says, what I want you to do is I want you to actually send it. If you can't take a screenshot of it, right, or take a picture of it or from your phone and send it to me, DM me on IG so I could take a look at it myself and we can figure it out together. Because if that is the case and that is the issue, then people need to be aware about that, and I will obviously do a video about that so that people could check it out and people could know that, hey, if you're trying to do collaboration with a bunch of people, DistroKid is going to charge you more for it. If that is the case, we need to find that out together. You get what I'm saying? So let me know on that, and let me definitely check it out. But yeah, that's typically the process to do collaboration tracks. That's how it's done. And like I said, that song will show up on both pages. So I hope that answered your question. All right. I hope that got that all figured out. Now let me go back up here and see if I missed anything. Boom, boom. Okay, Miss Juicy G says, so TikTok stopped playing royalties, but they started a new music chart. No, yes, the music chart is still valid and all of that. In the US, you just simply will not get paid for it. It's kind of, I mean, long story short, TikTok in the US, they are beefing, and they're beefing like tremendously. It's not even like a joke. Like, they're straight up just beefing, right? And here it go right here. I'll just show you guys really quickly because I've had to show so much people, so I know exactly where to go to look it up, right? So first and foremost, you see this thing right here? It says US. If you click on this, they literally have a separate terms and conditions for us and EEA, UK, and Switzerland, which is Europe, basically, and other regions. So it's literally separate, right? They have different terms and conditions. One of the biggest differences is what we're talking about, the getting paid part, right? So if you look up the US, which is what it's on, right? Last update in November. Okay, so yeah, this is when it happened. This is literally when I made the video too. It was last year, November. So it's about to be a year since this happened, right? But if you go down to boom, 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 it should be under content, right? Under content, no writer license, boom, boom, no representation, usage. Where is it? Specific. I'm going to show you. It literally says it point blank. Is it under content? I want to say accept use of service. No, it should be in content. Oh, no, it may be over here. It's been a while. Hold on. I'm gonna find it though. I know exactly how it looks like when I see it. Access, no. Intellectual property, no. Okay, here it is, right here. It is content. It is content. All right, check this out. Check this out. Here we go. Boom. You acknowledge and agree that we may generate revenues. So you acknowledge that we will make money. We will generate revenues, increasing goodwill and otherwise increase our value for your use of services, including by way as an example and not limitation through the sales of advertising, sponsorship, promotions, uses of data gifts, exceptional, all of that. All right. Oh yeah. So this is the part about the ads. This is the part about the ads. It's actually right here. Boom, boom. Right. You further acknowledge that specifically permitted by the terms that you have. Oh, right here. Right here. Get ready to be mind blown, guys. This is crazy. This is crazy. This sentence right here. This sentence right here is so wild to me, but it is the facts. You have no right to receive any income. I'm going to highlight just that one. Or other consideration form of any user content. You have, again, no right to receive any income or other consideration from any user content or your use of any musical works, sound recordings, audio-visual clips made available to you on or through the services, meaning they will not pay you for any musical works, sound recordings, or audio-visual clips. This is a real thing, right? So that doesn't mean, again, TikTok will pay you if you get a bunch of views, right? IG does the same thing. Facebook does the same thing, right? Like I had a clip that went viral on Facebook that had a couple of million views. Facebook actually paid me for the views, for the ads that for the ad revenue that they generated and for the views. But with Facebook, I also got paid royalties off of my song because my song was in the video. My song was literally in the video, so I got paid off of that. TikTok, you will get paid for the views. You will get paid for the ads. You will not get paid for the royalties, for the streams. You will not. This is the reality of TikTok in the USA. If I were to change this and go to the other countries, you're not going to see this. They get paid. Every other country gets paid well off of TikTok, all right, because of the royalties there. But in the US, this is a real deal. This is a real deal. I tell you guys, terms and conditions is wild. It is wild. It is wild. This is why I got to a point, honestly, guys, I got to the point that I'm fascinated by terms and conditions now. Like, I am so fascinated by it. I have a friend of mine who's a lawyer, right? He's not an entertainment lawyer specifically, but I asked him questions about these things, and he says it's all about every single word that's placed. Don't take any word for granted, right? Every single word is important, because this is what's being legally bound, right? This is what stands up in court, right? So it's letting you know very, very simple and plain. You have no right. That means you have no rights. You have no legal right to receive any income or consideration. I mean, we're not even going to consider it. It's messed up, but I had to laugh about it. For any musical works, sound recordings, audio-visual clips made available to you on or through the services, through TikTok, right? Including, check this out, in any user content created by you. That means music you created, are prohibited from exercising any rights. Here we go. You're also prohibited. That means you're not allowed to exercise any rights to monetize or obtain consideration for any user content within the services, within TikTok or any third-party services. You cannot, here we go, you cannot claim user content that has been uploaded on a social media or platform such as YouTube or for monetization. You literally can't make no income off of your royalty income off of your music on TikTok at all in the US. So yeah, that's a bombshell. That's why that video is one of my most viewed videos on YouTube. If you haven't seen that video, definitely check it out. I mean, I pretty much showed you what I talked about in the video anyway. So, but there's some extra stuff that I mentioned in that video as well. I don't remember it all. I just know that was the most important part of it. But again, if you guys want to check out that video, I think I shared it, but I'll make sure I share it again just in case. Actually, it's nobody watched that video. Look, it only has 500 views. See that? One of the most important videos I've ever done has only 500 views. It's crazy. It's crazy, right? These are the most important videos to watch because it's life-changing. But this is also why I tell artists, hey, if you want to focus on TikTok for exposure, right, and you want to just spread the word about your music, TikTok is great. But if you're expecting royalties from TikTok, you will be expecting it for a long time, and it's never coming, right? This is why it's important to know what social media platforms and where to actually focus your attention to when it comes to marketing your music, right? Earlier in this live, I mentioned how when you have a song on YouTube, YouTube will pay you in 3 different ways. You get, if it's monetized, you'll get the ads revenue, you'll get the YouTube content ID, you'll get the performing rights, and you'll get the mechanical. You literally get all of these different ways by somebody listening to your song one time on YouTube. Versus TikTok, you don't get paid. If no matter whoever listens to your music, you're not getting paid for any of it. You get what I'm saying? So that matters as an independent artist. That makes a difference, right? If you were to walk up to artists right now and say, what's more important for artists, TikTok or YouTube? Most of them are going to say TikTok. Why? Because we've seen so many artists break on TikTok. We've seen so many, clips go viral on TikTok. Yes, they will go viral. Yes, TikTok will pay you because they went viral, but you will not receive any income off of the royalties themselves. You get what I'm saying? This is something that you have to factor in, and this is something that's very, very important when it comes to picking what social medias to choose, right? In my book here, The 13 Steps to Jumpstart Your Music Business, right? One of the most important chapters, and I think it's like literally the second chapter. Look, it's the second chapter. I don't know if you guys could see it, but chapter 2, social media. Social media is that? Oh, no, I'm on 9. This is so hard because this is in reverse. I don't know if you guys can see that. Social media marketing. That's chapter 2, right? In chapter 2, I literally tell you the most important social media platforms, right? And spoiler alert, number 1 is YouTube. I guess you guys would have probably guessed that since I've been talking about it. But number 1 is YouTube, right? Number 2 is Instagram. Instagram is just as popular as TikTok, and you still get paid the royalties off of it, and it connects with Facebook as well. So you could have a reel release it on Facebook and Instagram at the same time. The reel that I told you that went viral on Facebook, the only reason it went viral, I posted it on IG. I just shared it on Facebook as well. It ended up doing like a couple of million on Facebook and a couple of thousand on IG, right? But IG is very important, and the third would be TikTok, because TikTok is still great for exposure for musicians. That I cannot deny that. TikTok is great. It's just understanding that you won't get paid from it is what puts it third and not on the top of the list. All right, but yeah, very, very important. And I see there's a lot that you guys went crazy in the chat seeing the terms and conditions. So let me see what everybody said here. All right, so Dad said, it gives you 2 options. I'm trying to collab. I wonder why it didn't for me. Oh yeah, I read that already. I met that one. We got out. I met the one we got out together. That's hilarious. I'm about to tell everyone the new single. That's hilarious. I missed it. I got you. Nah, yeah, for sure. Let me know if you have any issues with that, for sure. Where do I find the TikTok charts and see what's trending? I've been looking. Okay, yeah, I gotta look at. Okay, I'm gonna answer that. Everything is a scam. Yeah, I feel that. That hurts. Wow, that's why it's important to read the terms. Shaking. Wow, Pretty Girl Progression said, "Oh, just a couple of million views, no big deal. Laugh out loud. Praise God, praise God. All glory to Him." So TikTok is just used for promotional, I guess. Yes. TikTok is just used for promotional use, just promotional use only. That's what I use TikTok for. I use TikTok for promotional use only. That's it. So Miss Juicy J, the question, where do I find the TikTok charts and see what's trending? I've been looking. I have no idea. Let me see if I could Google that real quick. But yeah, TikTok is crazy. TikTok is wild. TikTok is definitely wild. Tell your friends, everybody, because it's a real deal. Let's see. Is it here? Let's see. No, this is just searching charts, I guess. Okay. No, they're literally showing me videos of charts. That's hilarious. Okay. TikTok charts, TikTok. Maybe TikTok Billboard charts. Yeah, okay. A weekly ranking on most popular songs on TikTok. Okay, here we go. I think this is it, Miss Juicy G. Now how do we separate it by genre? I don't know. But I'll share this with you, and maybe this could help you get to the next step. All right, but maybe it's there. I'm not sure. I think TikTok should have their own way of searching it, but I don't know. Now, let's see. So promotional use only. Yeah. All right. Now LD40. All right. So I think this is a question here. So we'll close out with the question that LD40 has here. All right. So his question is getting paid for YouTube ads. Does the user have to watch the whole ad for the same revenue? Okay. No. Okay. So the way YouTube ads work is the ad has to be okay. There's two different ads. There's the ad that's just that you can't skip. Obviously, you're gonna get paid for that one. You can't do nothing about that one, right? Now the skippable one, it has to be for a certain amount of seconds, right? And then obviously, if you have any mid-credit ads and any ads at the end of your video, obviously, the longer the video is, the more ads you can have on there, which is why I tell artists to release content, long form content outside of just music videos and stuff. But when it comes to the revenue, you said getting paid for YouTube ads, does the user have to watch the whole ad? No, they don't have to watch the whole ad. Only a certain number of seconds of it. But what I do love about YouTube, what I love about YouTube is that it's the algorithm, because YouTube typically shows ads to people who they use the algorithm to present the right ads to them, right? So me, for example, because I'm a hip hop artist, because I'm all about music industry stuff, most of my ads are like, music distribution and sync licensing and things that have to do with the music industry anyway. So half the time I'm watching the ad just because I'm interested in that stuff anyway. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not even thinking about skipping it until I'm like, okay, let me get to the video, right? Other times, obviously when I'm in a rush, I'm like, skip. You get what I'm saying? But YouTube is great at that, which is why you're always going to get ad revenue. You're always going to get the revenue. And like I said, YouTube pays you a percentage of whatever revenue they make off of the ad. And the cool thing about it is that YouTube actually pays out 55% of the ad revenue they make off of any ads that play during your videos, right? So it's a partnership, and that's why it's called the YouTube Partnership Program. That's why it's called the YPP, because it's literally a partnership, and you're getting most of it. You get 55, they get 45, right? It's close, but you actually get a little bit more than they do, because let's make sense of it. Those ads can't play if your video isn't there, right? The more people watch your videos, the more the ad plays. So you're making them money by having the video there, right? By having great content and all of those great things, right? So they're going to show you love in that way. That's why I rock with YouTube. That's why YouTube is number one for me as an independent artist. That's why I tell artists, if you could make it on YouTube, it don't matter about anything else, because YouTube will fund your music career. This is a fact, right? So guys got to make sure you TikTok is there for promotion. It's great. But if you're talking about making that real income, gotta invest in YouTube. You gotta look into YouTube. You gotta start accessing YouTube. Get monetized on YouTube. Do everything that you can to promote your YouTube channel, no matter what. All right. But yeah, that answers LD's 40 question right there. And she just said, oh shoot, I hope not. I think we can hit skip as soon as possible. No, yeah. For some of those ads, I skip them. It really just all depends. All right. But these are all great questions. I see King James the Savage just joined in here. Welcome. And I think you joined in on IG, and as soon as you seen it, you came on to YouTube here. So I appreciate that for sure. But this is the best place to get your questions actually asked, right? Because on here, if I have to show you something, I could just show it to you real quick. So let me just get to your question, and then we'll be done with the live today. All right. So your question is, do YouTube creators have to pay taxes like as a YouTube creator when it's tax time? Do I owe money? Yes, it's income. Unfortunately, you do. It's income. It's reported income. You do have to pay it. They will actually send you out, the little form and how much, but yeah, you absolutely do have to do it. Actually, when your channel gets monetized, you are going to have to fill out the form, the whatever that form is, W-9, I don't remember. But yeah, you have to select whether you're a sole proprietor or if you're a company, right? And if you are a company, you're going to have to provide the EIN number, which your LLC or whatever the case may be. And if you are an individual or a sole proprietor, you are actually going to have to enter in your social security number. They are paying you money, and anybody who pays you money, taxes have to be paid on it, especially in the U.S. Our government, they don't play about taxes. There's three things that's certain in life: when you're born, when you die, and taxes. It is the inevitable. It's something you're going to have to pay, and they will come get it from you if you don't pay it. But yes, you do have to report it. You do have to pay it, and all of those things. But to be honest with you, King James, just being a independent artist and running a music business, I typically have so much deductions because you got to pay for a lot of things too. Right? Everything that you pay for as an independent artist, you can use that to supplement that so that you don't have to. Typically speaking, by the time I'm done with my taxes, I usually have to pay very little, if not nothing back, because I spend so much anyway. Right? And that's how taxes work. The more you spend on your business, the less taxes you have to pay. This is why Oprah says, you get a car, and she's spending all of this stuff so that she doesn't have to pay taxes. Now, of course, she should be paying taxes, and she is paying taxes when she can't do it or whatever the case may be. But, there's tax fraud and everything like that out there. But as an independent artist, especially when you're first starting, there's so much going out in the beginning: the recording time, the studio time, the mixing and mastering, cover art, all of this, the distribution company that you have to pay for, all of the different royalty places that you have. There's so many things that you have to pay for in the beginning. You're going to be in the neg for at least the first couple of years, But that's most businesses, unless you get a business loan. If you're doing everything from ground zero and you starting off from scratch, it's all going to be out before you start getting in, right? But there will be a certain point that you will be getting a lot more in than you are getting out. And obviously, you're going to have to be paying taxes on that. But yeah, it's not tax-free because it does count as income. All of the different royalty checks also count as income as well. You got to report every last one of those. You guys got to make sure you protect yourself because, like I said, taxes is no joke, all right? They don't play about that, but great question, King James. I appreciate that question so much. I actually, nobody has ever actually asked me that question, so that was a great question, and we had a lot of great questions here. So now we're gonna pick the winner of the best question today. All right, but before we do that, the last thing I'll say is make sure y'all go stream the collaboration test track that me and Das the Nomad created. All right, it'll be out soon, but yeah, so let's get to the winner here. All right, now we do have some strong contenders. Obviously, King James came in with that question. That was a great question. All right, you all had some amazing questions today. But like I said, when it comes to picking a winner, I typically like to go with the person who asks the question that gets me to want to make another video. You guys know I have my tech tips. I release those every Thursday, and sometimes I don't know what to talk about. So these your questions help me want to create more content, right? So the question that gets me to want to make a video on it the most is typically the person who ends up winning. All right, and let's see. King James did come in strong question. I did like that. LD40's question was really good as well. So is B for Sheezy's and Miss Juicy G. You all had great questions. Great questions today. But I think that the winner is going to come down to Daz the Nomad. Daz the Nomad, you are actually, in fact, the winner for today of the best question that was asked. I hope you're still watching. If you're still watching, I need you to say something in the chat here so I could give you further information on what to do in regards to getting your free gift. And your free gift is actually my book here, The 13 Steps to Jumpstart Your Music Business. It's the ebook version of this right here that I showed you guys earlier. All right. With this ebook, it'll actually give you the 13 different steps that I took to actually put myself in a position to leave my 9-to-5 job so that I could do music full time. This is literally the guide to starting your own music business and setting yourself up to make sure that you will actually be able to do music full time. All right. It's from ground zero, all the things that you need to learn from the very beginning, from creating your LLC to knowing which social media platforms to focus on. All of the things, half of the things that we discussed in this stream is in this here. So you are actually of the winner, but you have to claim it. So if you're not on the live and you don't say anything before this live is over, then unfortunately you won't be able to get it, and then it will go to the second place. Now I do see some congrats here. No spinning wheel. No, it's no spins today. No spins today. We only do the spins on days that just whoever attends has a chance to win, right? But typically on my typical Tuesdays, it's the best question that's asked. So unfortunately, Miss Juicy G, you did not win, but you have won more than anybody else has ever won on, and you're like perfect, because every single time you come on, you win something. So this is the first time that you actually did not win. And it's okay. It's okay. We all can't be like you and Steph Curry and make it every time. All right. But yeah, the winner is Daz the Nomad. He still hasn't responded. He still hasn't said anything yet. Daz, if you're still watching, make sure you let your presence be known. And you know what? He had a lot of great questions and he was very interactive. So maybe I might just reach out to him. I don't think that's fair. Maybe he had to leave for whatever the reason may be. So you know what? I'll reach out to him and I'll get in contact with him and get that out to him. But I appreciate you all for joining in. We had some great questions today. I see there was a lot of surprises when it came to TikTok, but yes, TikTok is a real thing, guys. I got a lot of videos, man. I know I got a lot of videos and it's hard to keep up with a lot of them, but there's some really important information that's out there on those videos. So, just check them out. That TikTok video has, like I said, it only has 500 views on it. That video is very, very important, especially for US artists that are spending so much. I know artists right now that only promote on TikTok, and I'm just like, why? It's okay to do TikTok, but don't let that be your answer to everything, because that's not going to show up on your PRO. TikTok's not going to show up on this and that. It's not going to show up. You get what I'm saying? But this is the reality of the music industry, and this is why it's important for us to be in communication. This is why I literally wanted to create this community in the first place, so that I could keep everybody aware, so that we could grow, so that we could teach each other, we could learn from each other, and all of those great things. And this is the purpose of the live. So I appreciate you all for joining in. You all had some great questions. LDICU, we definitely do. We definitely got to link up. All right. My luck has ran out. I doubt it. I wait till the next. I guarantee you'll probably go be the winner of the next ebook I make, because you literally have won it the first day for both. It's crazy. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for joining in. I appreciate you guys for asking questions and all of that good stuff. You guys have been great. All right. But like I said, we're out of time today. Great questions. Great live. The last thing I'll leave with, guys, of course, I got to mention the housekeeping stuff, my membership club. If you guys are interested, you could check that out. There's different perks that you guys could be a part of. All right. All you got to do is hit the little join button right on the bottom of the video. Check that out if that's something that you may be interested in as well. All right, guys. But that's pretty much it. Thank you all for tuning in. Remember, for royalties, make sure you grab that royalty book if you want to make sure that you got your royalties on point. All right. And one more congrats to Daz the Nomad for having this release, the song release with me, and for winning the being the winner for today. All right, but I appreciate you all, guys. I'll see you next Tuesday right here on the live. Oh, there's one last thing that I want to mention here. I'm actually going to be doing a live Thursday night. I'm actually teaming up with Ursa Live. All right, I'm gonna be making a post about it very, very shortly, and I'll actually show it to you guys here. I don't know how I forgot this. I should have said this earlier, but whichever the case may be, Ursa Live. All right, Ursa Live Stream is a platform where for artists, by artists, right? And it's basically, they're here to help, and basically they do live streams. You see, community made by artists. They do live streams to help artists, and I actually was selected to be to partner with them and actually do a live. We're going to be doing that this Thursday at 7 p.m. All right, so make sure you guys are tapped into my IG and all of those different things so you guys can see it. It's going to be great. All right, this is going to be for those of you who typically can't catch my lives in the middle of the day because you may be working and everything like that. 7 p.m. Thursday, I will be doing a live teaming up with Ursa to do it. So make sure you guys check that out and stay informed in regards to that. All right, guys. But I appreciate y'all for joining in. I appreciate y'all for being here. And I'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Can't nobody face me. I feel like Joseph. Big Joseph. Can't nobody